it going, everybody? To those of you new to the channel, my name is Austin, and this is Fintastic Freaks. And as you can see from my intro there, yes, we have puffer number 9 down here now. And exactly 4 puffers of species number 9 live in here inside this 20-gallon long tank. But without further ado, you didn't come here to see me talk. Let's check out these puffers. Ladies and gentlemen, fish folk alike, introducing the red-eye pufferfish. Inside this 20-gallon long, I have 4 total. You see 2 of them there. Another one likes to hide right there by the rocks. That one there is a male specifically. I'll explain the differences and how I know why later. And hiding somewhere back there, maybe you can see him a little bit, right there between all the leaves, behind the bacopa and the hornwort, is another one, which is one of the other 2 females. And if you look at the puffer here for a minute, I'm sure I won't have to tell you why they got their name red-eye puffer. As you can clearly see, the name comes from, you guessed it, their red eyes. Red-eye puffers are one of the more rare puffers in all the freshwater selections that you could find, as they originate from slow-moving waters in different parts of Asia. I keep my puffers at about a 78-degree temperature, which is about the median of what these guys like. They usually like theirs towards the higher 70s, sometimes even the lower 80s, so like a range of anywhere between 76 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit is a perfect range for these guys. As stated a little bit earlier, there are some distinctions, clearly, that will show you exactly what is a male versus a female with this species. So the 2 over by the far corner currently are both males, as they have the creamy white belly and more of the red eyes and a little bit more of a red tail typically, whereas the one right here, we have a female where they have markings on their belly, and in my opinion they have a few more markings throughout their body as well. The other female is hanging out there underneath the rock fixture, but as you can see, they all have those alluring red eyes there, and the females especially I kind of like a little bit more because, well, they got the markings on their belly, and just their markings in general are just really pretty. And while these are one of the more rare puffers to find in your fish stores perhaps, they are, in my opinion at least, a little more easier to care for compared to a lot of other breeds, partially because they don't get very big. They get, give or take, about 3 inches, and that's it for these guys. And like a lot of other pufferfish, as you can see for their diet, frozen foods, such as bloodworms as you see here, are graciously accepted and probably one of their favorites. However, just like a lot of the other puffers though, you do have to mind their teeth, as they do need to be trimmed down with some things such as, for these guys, I would say snails, small crab legs, crayfish legs, hard-shelled foods to help grind down those teeth. And while these 4 do occasionally show some aggression towards each other, it's never been too vigorous or too overwhelming for one another. As you can see here, got some rock caves here, some plants. We'll probably put some more plants in here because they're going to grow a little bit bigger yet, so want to make sure that the aggression is kept to an absolute minimum so we don't run into a problem later. As I said, they get a little bit bigger than a pea puffer, which I know a lot of people sometimes mix these 2 together. I personally wouldn't, because usually when I've tried to mix 2 puffer species together, it usually doesn't go well, and I usually end up separating the 2 anyway. So I would highly recommend that, like a lot of other puffers, these guys just are kept in a species-only tank. So since we can tell which ones are males, which ones are females, is it possible to breed this puffer? Short answer, yes. While I'm not an expert, what I can tell you is that puffer breeding can be quite difficult, as of course, pufferfish can be a rather aggressive type of fish regardless of its specific species, and red-eye puffers are typically no different. I've only had my red-eye puffers for about a week and a half, 2 weeks at this point from recording, so obviously I haven't seen any breeding behavior with these guys, or in the very least, not yet. In terms of trying to breed this specific species of pufferfish, a lot of people reported success once they lower the pH down to about the 6.5 range, sometimes closer to 6.0, although not many people go to exactly 6.0 or especially below it. Most go to just the 6.5. Again though, I personally have not tried this, so just using this as a secondhand source here. One bit of advice I might try to give based off Some breeding behavior that I've seen in another species of puffer I've had here, my spotted Congos specifically, is puffers really like densely planted areas in terms of trying to lay their eggs. They also like mosses, like the Java moss I have here. Sometimes these narrow leaf plants, such as like hornwort, so to say, Rotala indica and such, sometimes can also be enough to get them to breed, but mosses with really any species of pufferfish have reportedly given the best results. And that, fish folk, is puffer species number 9 down here in the Fintastic Fish Room. But fish folk, let me know what you think of these guys. And what do you think? Should we come up with names for each one? Or maybe we could just come up with a group name for these guys. If you have suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, like the new puffers, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and have not done so already, folks, please consider clicking the subscribe button to stay in the loop with everything I do. New fish reveals such as this, fish care videos coming up here shortly, plenty of fish store visits coming up here, got a couple of swaps coming up here in April, doing some videos on a couple of those perhaps, and lots more here to come. As always, fish folk, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay fantastic.